Hi friends, welcome to the channel Gajanan Gupta Tech Guru. In this video, we will see how to create Google Cloud SQL MySQL instance and how to use the same using the client tools and how we can create users for the instance. This is your dashboard. On this screen, you can click this SQL from the resources option, and from this navigation menu as well, you can click on choose the SQL, or I have pinned this SQL option, so I can click on this here also, and I can search the products from here also SQL. So I'm just clicking on the SQL product. On this screen, just click on the create instance. Here you can select the SQL database, which kind of database you want to take, the MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server. So in our case, we are choosing the MySQL. So on this screen, we need to fill up all the information related to the MySQL instance. And here, right side of the screen, you are looking the summary of the database instance which will be create. So I'm giving an instance ID. Putting the root password, generate. You can show the password by clicking on this eye icon and keep a copy of the password into some notepad or wherever you want to store the password. Here you need to select the database version. You can select database version 5.6, 5.7 or 8.0. So I'm taking 8.0. Choose region and journal availability now. You need to choose a region where your all other infra is located. In my case, I'm selecting the Asia, Mumbai region, Asia South 1 Mumbai. John availability. This option is for the high availability. So if you don't want high availability, you can choose single John, or if it is a production database and you want the high availability, you can select multiple Johns. So in case of multiple Johns, you can select the primary John. In case of any, the Google will allocate any one of them. So I'm selecting any, and the other one, the Google will keep two copies on the Johns, and it will be automatically sync at the infra level. We need not to worry about it. We did not need to do any configuration on this part. So as a testing, I'm choosing a single John, and I'm choosing the primary John as Asia South 1, and selecting on the show other configuration options. Here the by default machine type, it is taking the high memory and 4 CPU 26 GB. You can select the option lightweight, standard, high memory, or you can choose the options from the standard configuration, and even you can custom even. So as a testing machine, I'm taking it as a 1 core 3.75 GB memory. From the storage option, you can select SSD for high IOPS, HDD for a standard performance, lower performance. It will, it will, give a lower performance than SSD. So we are keeping this as a SSD. Storage capacity. So we need to get the information from the developers or the business team, like how much data will come onto this database. So for a testing purpose, I'm taking as a 10 GB, and I'm enabling I'm keeping this option as a selected to enable automatic storage increase. In case when this 10 GB will completely full, it will auto extend the size. If enabled, whenever you are nearing capacity, storage will be incrementally increased. You can select the encryption level also. So it is a Google managed encryption key. So we are keeping it as a default. From the connections, you can select the private IP or public IP. So we are taking this as a public IP. Backups. If you want to take automatic backups, you can configure from here. Enable point in time recovery. Maintenance window. Google does maintenance periodically for patchings or these Cloud SQL instances. So we need to specify the maintenance window, like choose the best day and time window for this instance to undergo routine maintenance. So, so if you want to select any window, it will automatically do the maintenance and restart the database. So, so you can specify the maintenance window or day here. Order of update relative to other instances in this region. So if you want to keep it later, you can keep it later, or if you want to do it earlier. If it is a development system, you can select it earlier, and if it is a production system, you can select it as later. Flags. Here you can add the flags of the parameters. It is parameters like activate all roles on login, audit log, or auto increment offer. These are the instance parameters. So whatever the parameters or flags we need for this instance, we can add here. We can add later also, but initially when we are creating this instance, this is the option. Label. Label, you can add the label from label here. So these labels are specifically to categorize the objects for the billing purpose, or just for the information. This is just for the information. So I'm doing it as a dev and sorry dev and the test database. The value is test database. Done. So it is all done for creating the database. In this in the summary, we can see that the region is Asia South 1 Mumbai. The database version is MySQL 8.0, vCPU 1 vCPU, 3.75 GB memory, storage 10 GB, network throughput is there, and read throughput is there, write throughput, IOPS, public IP, backups automated, availability single zone. Point in time recovery is also enabled. So now all set. We are just clicking on the create instance button. So it will take some time. So I'm just pausing and just press the refresh button, and your instance is created. So going back to the all instances screen. So here you can see that your instance is created. Type MySQL 8.0. The public IP allocated is this, and it is showing the instance connection name. Okay. Location Asia South 1A, 10 GB storage. So now I'm clicking on the instance. So this is the MySQL instance created, test instance 01, MySQL 8.0. You can see the CPU utilization, memory utilization, and active connections on this screen, and the physical, uh, the virtual configuration of the CPU, RAM, and SSD storage, the public IP address, all the other information. Here you can see the all users information. It is showing that only root user is exists as of now. We have the root user password. We can change the password on this option, and we can create a user by using this add user account option. User ID, password, allow any host. You can restrict host also for the user from this option. Just click on the add button. This user has been created. When we are creating the users from this screen, the user will have a root access, the full access, administrator access. If you want a limited access, you need to create the user from the command prompt or some client uh, connection using an admin account. So whenever you will create the users from the client, those users will also be seen on this screen only. This option is the databases. We can choose what all the databases has been created into this. We can create a new database. Character set, create. Just create. We'll create a test DB. Yeah, test DB is created. You can delete the database using this option. Delete. To check the backups, you can simply click this backups option. Here, what all the backups are there will be shown in the list, and all are the settings for the backup. These are automated backups are enabled. Backup window is this. Automated backup retention is 7 days. Pointing time recovery enabled. Days logs retention retained 7 days. Location multi-region Asia means backups are being stored multi-regional in Asia. Now we will connect this database using the MySQL Yoke connection. For that, we need the public IP of this database. Copy SQL Yoke, creating a new connection. Password. And I'm testing the connection. It is not going through. It is taking long time, means it is not going through. We can troubleshoot this like the connection is working or not. To troubleshoot the connection, you need the public IP once again. It is giving an error like cannot connect to the MySQL server IP address. This. So in this case, what we have done, we have not opened the connection port for this for the public network. So we can troubleshoot this issue by simply doing the telnet to the IP address on port number 33006. I'm doing it, but it is not going through. Means the port is not open. So I'm going on to once again on console. What is my IP? IPv4, and I'm going simply connection. In this connection, I'm adding an add network, test machine, the name, and the IP address from where I'm connecting. Done, save. This icon says that this instance is being updated. It takes few seconds. Let's test once again. Yes, it is connected. So go again to the MySQL Yoke Community Edition and the same connection. Just click on test connection. Connection successful. Connect. It is asking for the save connection, so I'm choosing no. It is connected. Thank you, friends. If you like the video, please press like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you.